Okay, so everybody, please pay attention on the projector. So, guys, first thing is how do you approach? You know what? I want to make sure I am on focus. I don't want to have multiple recordings here. Okay. Okay, there you go. So, how to approach your teaching assistant? I sent you an email. Did you guys read through it? Okay. So I will give a very simple example. So you were given a task to build a home. Okay. Uh, Storyboard, and you have basement on the board, and you have furniture and entrance, whatnot, and this is a ceiling, whatnot. So basically, so this is your, let's say this is your basement, and there are several requirements to consider your basement as finished. You need to have a proper concrete mix, area estimation, okay? And you probably need gravel and all that, right? And approval from city planning, right? So these are the requirements, right? And then you will start building the house frame. This is how you build a house, right? In US at least. You build a frame, you purchase wood beams and all that, okay? And then once again it's inspected, again once it is inspected, you will build the ceiling, okay? You will build the ceiling and all that. So basically what the students are doing is they're saying, oh, we need to do basement, or we need to build the frame, and then we need to build the roof or ceiling, whatever, and then reinforcement, all that. So basically what they're doing is they're going to the TA, okay? They're going to the TA and asking, okay, I need to build a basement, okay? And then say, I built the basement, but my city planning approval is not approving it. Can you see? And then TA observes the fact that you did not mix the concrete, you did not do the area estimation and all that. And then the student will be like, oh, do I need to do all that? I mean, it's all in the guide. We discussed in the class. You guys following, right? You paying attention? So you are supposed to go through the length and breadth of all these details. You can't, and then once the TA confirms you that you missed several steps in completing the basement construction, you will say, oh, you need to mix gravel. What is that? Show me. So student is asking the teaching assistant, oh, I need to do gravel. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, show me. Help me finish that step. No, that's not going to happen. That's your homework to do. You guys following that? That is the discipline you need to go through and understand and get to the speed. You can't just have TA do your homework. So this is the part you need to learn. You will only learn by making mistakes, by missing facts. So the student has to go home, work on his home, collect facts. If you just read the guide and go through the recording, you will never learn. You following, right? You will never get it right in the first attempt, second, third, fourth attempt. That is how you will learn, by making mistakes. Pyramids, they never got it right in the first attempt. You know that, right? So when they built the pyramids, first pyramids, let me show you. So people say pyramids were built by aliens and whatnot. So when they first built the pyramids, this is what they were planning to build. Okay. So the top part, this is what the pharaoh wanted. So they want the burial chambers here, and the top part perfectly with the perfect angle and inclination, and with so in reality what happened is they missed the angle and gradient, because it's not simple as you think. So this is what they ended up building. So the gradient was missing. So this is the actual pyramid they built. So go just look at the some of the old architectures. So this, the oldest pyramid that you can see today, right? It is built like this. You see how it is, like it doesn't have proper shape. So this guy is like 4,800 years old, something like that. So they learned by mistakes, and then they, after 1,000 years of mistakes, they came up with this orange structure. So that's how engineers adapt and develop. So you guys are engineers. You're doing masters in computer science. So you cannot just, oh, I missed my gradient angle. Can you show me? You can at least ask them. I built pyramid there. I missed my gradient angle. It's like, it's crooked now. How do I fix it? So that's what you need to say. What students are doing, I need to pyramid building. I just draw a like straight line here. What angle should I take? Oh, what happens if I take this angle? They're asking the TA that at the time. It's not like you're asking him to teach the whole thing again, which we learned in the class. You guys understanding, right? This is how you build Lego bricks. Following, right? You cannot just go to TA and ask him, do my homework for me. No, that's not for him. He's not your proxy, okay? So that's enough lesson for the day. Let's all of you open your current work in progress. So we are going, and I'm expecting that you all have the wireless lab from the module 3 open. You all have opened the module 3 wireless lab guide. I can tell you for sure only, let me see how many of you open. Only 4 of you. I can tell from here. You need to open the lab guide, guys. So look at my screen. So this is what you need to have it. How many of you not have this open on other screen, on your desktop? Open it in your desktop. Since you're working on your laptop, you can open it on your desktop. Where do you find this? Project status 3. I already showed you everything, okay? So you need to have that open. So I'm going to ask you a question, okay? Let me ask a random number. Number 15. What are the devices required for the lab? With number 15. What are the, okay, so someone doesn't know who is number 15 is. Okay, let me ask some other person. Number 17 then. Yeah, you can take it, yeah. Yeah, you don't have to ask me, you can just go out and give it to him. No, just tell me what's the device that's required for this lab. No, did you open your module 4 lab? Yeah, just read it. There are devices required for the lab. You did not open the guide. Okay, next person. 25. Do you have a guide open? So guys, you need to have the guide open. Otherwise, we don't know. So who has the guide open? Yeah, can you just read me the devices required for the lab? WLC, okay. So that's the first thing, right? For WLC, let's type WLC, okay? So see here, guys, there are 3 WLCs, okay? There are 3 WLCs here. So I'm grabbing 3504, okay? 3504 series, okay? It's a WLC, okay? What else we need? Wireless LAN controller. This is like master, okay? I will explain you what wireless LAN controller is. The next device, LAP, lightweight access point. Write it down. You need to write on running notes. WLC is wireless LAN controller, like explained here. Next one is LAP, lightweight access point. How many of you need? How many lap you need? 2. You guys need to open the guide, please. I already showed you where to open and where to grab the guide. Next, third device, staging PC. So staging PC is like, what's a staging PC? So this PC is not part of the network. We are using this PC to build something, okay? So staging PC is something, for example, we need a PC to connect to this device, okay? So this device is not part of network. We need the device to connect to the device and configure it, okay? Again, I'm recording this. So if you're lost, don't stay behind. Next, what we need? So this is not a staging PC, okay? So PC is this. This is a staging PC. So this is a wireless laptop and this is a wireless laptop. Now most students make mistake in grabbing wireless laptop. So what kind of laptop is this? So this is a wireless laptop. How do I know this is a wireless laptop? Like I'm zooming in. You see there is a rubber duck antenna, rubber ducky. That is your antenna. So back in old school, we used to have external antennas. Just like your cell phone, you have external antennas. I don't know if you use those anytime, but we used to have a, back in 2000, one of my uncle used the very old Nokia device that has a huge antenna. So our laptops used to come with a wireless antenna like this. Okay. Imagine some of your cars have external antennas still, right? So modern cars, they don't have external antenna. So this is like a laptop with external antenna. Remember that. Student comes running to TA or me saying, my laptop is not connecting to the wireless because you are not using the laptop with the antenna. Okay, make sure both of them are. Okay, we have all the ingredients are required for our recipe, but what are the recipe steps? How do you cook a wireless network? Okay. So step one, please someone read it for me. Connect management PC to wireless LAN controller using crossover cable. Do not connect wireless controller to network yet. Okay, again, connect management PC. Again, this is a management PC. This PC whole purpose is it's a management only. It is not for network. So what type of cable I need to use? Read the step one. What cable? Crossover cable. Okay, so crossover cable has the dots. So I'm connecting to the fast Ethernet port, and on the wireless card, I'm connecting to the gigabit Ethernet 1. Don't worry if you miss this connection step. It's in the guide, it's in the picture, and again, it's recording. The purpose is not why we are connecting the crossover. You need to understand why we are connecting the crossover Ethernet connection for staging. You guys following, right? When we connect for staging a direct management, we use crossover or we also use console cable. I showed you console cable in the last class. I will show you again. It is used for connecting console port. Okay. It is for like getting into your device. Okay. It's not for network access. All right. So I'm logging into my wireless LAN controller. So this is a brand new device. It's like I just unboxed it. I'm going there, config, and see management. Does it have a management IP? It does. 192.168.1.1. So when you purchase a wireless router like Linksys, you have Linksys wireless router at home, right? Or you have using Spectrum. They all have 192.168.1.1 as default management IP. Go home, write it down in your notes. That's your task. What is my router ID at wireless router IP, not ID, IP address at home? You can do IP config from your PC and see what's the gateway. The gateway from your wireless PC at your home in your apartment is the gateway IP address belongs to your wireless router. So grab your wireless router address, gateway from your laptop and copy paste HTTPS 192.168.1.1 on your laptop. It will ask you admin and user password. Do it. So copy this and type HTTPS 192.168.1.1 on your browser. After you go home, it will ask you to log in using username and password. Okay, that's your homework. Remember, write it down. So here it is out of the box IP address. I did not configure it. It is default IP. See my management PC, I'm going to the desktop, okay, and I'm going to command prompt and I'm checking what is my IP address. It is 00. It is never configured, right? Because PC doesn't come with default IP address. You guys following? So your wireless router at your home is your DHCP server. Your wireless router gives IP address. Your friends on Saturday weekend walks into your apartment. They ask you for SSID. Your SSID will be like something, Netgear 33, and they connect to SSID and give password. Who gives their wireless iPad a password? Your wireless modem, wireless router. You guys following? So the same thing applies to our PC. I go here and I select DHCP. It will get 192.168.1.3. You guys see that? Just like how your friends walked over, connected to your wireless SSID, they got DHCP IP from your Netgear router or Spectrum router. The same thing happened here. So I have to configure my wireless controller, right? So I go to browser, web browser. You can use Chrome, Firefox, and whatever. HTTPS or HTTP. I'm not using any HTTP. What is the IP address I need to use here to connect to the controller? What is it? 192.168.1.1. All right. Let me share my screen. Hopefully it continues. Okay. I'm pretty sure it did not save, but I can give it a try. It did not save. So all our project has gone, right? So that same happens with you too. So again, I grab, but it's okay. We can always do. So staging PC. Let me stop my video. And we have a wireless laptop, and we have cross connect. Making sure my charger is in place. And this time I do Alt Fs, save. I will do every 5 minutes. So keep it as a rule of thumb. Save your project every 5 minutes, okay? So I'm going here, again, I'm going to the desktop. I'm not sharing. Okay. So this is where we left last time, okay? IP address, DHCP. It got its DHCP address, right? So make sure the subnet mask and everything, you don't give it. It is taken by it's provided by DHCP. So let's log into the web browser. So what IP address I need to use? So google.com, if we use yahoo.com, we use the IP address. It took us to yahoo.com. Remember DNS. The same thing. To get into the controller, you can use its management IP, 192.168.1.1. So you hit go. Remember, guys, you hit go, just one click. Everybody focus in here. When I hit 192.168.1.1, just one click, go. That's it. People hit like 25 times. It will never show up. You don't be aggressive, okay? Be patient, one click. Because see, it is the first time connecting to the controller. It's Java. This simulator is built on Java source code. So it has to program all that compiler and all that. It takes time. It's a simulator. You guys following? It's not a real thing. So this Java program is running. So give it one click, one go. It will take 5 minutes to come up. Yeah, wait. For some, it will take forever. Yeah. Wait for the IP address. Do not hit refresh. It will take 3 to 5 minutes sometimes. Did you get blue screen? Yeah, just wait there. For me, it's still loading. I'm not going to disturb it. It will take that much time. You guys see that? Patience is key. People will come to me saying I'm not able to connect because they will be hitting their keyboard like a warrior, like they will throw their frustration. That's why my report clearly says step 5. Sindhu, read it. Sridevi, read it. What's the step 5 and the guide says? Step 4, step 4. Yeah. And wait for 3 minutes. Go make a Maggie and come back. Okay. Don't hit it so aggressively. Okay. The next is we are using, see, you're creating a Facebook username password, right? So here we are not creating a Facebook account or your account. We are creating an admin account. Admin is it's like an admin, administrator. So don't create username as one student created as Royal the Great. Don't be creative. I mean, you can create, there is no problem, but what the hell is Royal the Great? It doesn't specify what is the role there. If it says user Royal the Great, oh, okay, it's a user account. Or admin Royal the Great, that makes sense. The worst part is he forgot the fact that he created Royal the Great. He forgot. So he kept trying Royal Lion, Royal Tiger, nothing worked because you need to make sure you're not over creative. Admin password, I am using capital C, Cisco 123. Everybody use the same password. The same student, why I'm picking the same student because he marked all the mistakes. He made all the mistakes that I was expecting a student to make. So I keep picking for every other class. Capital C, Cisco 123. Why? It's very easy. There is Cisco here. It has capital C. 123 are the first 3. Write it down on your book otherwise if you forgot. And my guide says the same thing. Username, okay? And then start. Again, admin is username, Cisco 123 the password. Don't try something else. Enter a system name, okay? I use Revere WLC. You can use, for example, if your name is Guffer, you can say Guffer WLC, but make sure G is capital or small. Remember this, or I will show you how to save this, all this. Okay, next thing, management IP. You might ask me, sir, the management IP is right here, 192.168.1.1. Why are you entering management IP again? I will show you. What is our network here? What is my network address? 10.3.27.1/24. That is my network. So what is the network management I should choose for wireless LAN controller, in short, wlan 10.3.27.6. That's the next available static address. See, 1.23456, right? What comes after 56? So this is the management IP I want it. Why? Why can't I use 192.168. If I connect this guy with 192.168.1 to the switch, can he communicate with the rest of the devices? No. Why? Because 192 is a different network. This guy's blood group is 10.3.27.1. This guy's blood group is 192.168, something. They don't mix each other. It's not a universal IP. You guys following, right? So that's why I'm converting the bread group to the 10 dot, whatever my network is, 3 dot 27.6. I don't know what your IP address is. Your class has their own IP address. What is your class IP address? Okay. So 10 dot, 10 dot, yours will be 10.95 dot. For example, for Sridevi, it's 25, right? 10.25.25.6. For Nikhil, it's 10.25.2.6. Who doesn't know what? For what's I will do? Jaswant, what's your IP address? Jaswant, 10.25.22.6. So in my case, it's 10.3.26.27.6. Subnet mask, this is class C. Even though it's a class A IP, we are giving subnet mask class C. So you should know what by now what's the class C subnet mask is. 255.255.255.0. You need to know what's a class C subnet mask is. We did such a lengthy class for the module 3. You all wrote the subnet mask on the table on the board. I sent the photographs to you. So go to that photograph, go to that email, open that email and see class is subnet mask for /24. This is it is. So do not verify, do not reach TA without verifying the pictures and class module 3 class. What is default gateway? 10.3.27.1. Very good. How do I know? For those who did not understand default gateway, I see gateway is 27.1. So you always need to create a table here. It's very easy. Otherwise, you cannot memorize that. wlan, this is default wlan, guys. Okay. Now you see that I'm going to the next. Before going to the next, you can either write it down, take a screenshot, or copy like this. Control C, open a notepad. Open a notepad and paste it. So this way you have saved all that information. Bharat Royal, Tiger, Royal, that's all. I told him to copy paste him. He didn't do that. So you need to make sure that you don't make that mistake. So I'm going to the next phase. Create a network name. What is your SSID name at home? Let me ask somebody. So mine is like Netgear 54. Okay. Someone has like blah, blah. Yeah, some creative name. So here you can give creative name, but remember, you remember that name. You see that I'm using certain lowercase, some. So you can say, for example, your name is Nikhila. You can say Nikhila SSID, but remember your N is capital or which one is smaller. So that guy used here Royal Tiger here and Lion Tiger somewhere. So save it. Okay, passphrase Cisco 123. Capital C Cisco 123. What I'm doing it, see, Control C, saving it. It can happen to anybody, guys. You learn from others' mistakes. RF parameter optimization. No. So look here. Everybody look at the screen. Everybody look at the screen. Before hitting next, you can say this. I just want to make sure this is being recorded. Yeah, it's recording. Before you go to the next step, look at this. I expanded all the 3 sections and you can say Control A and Control C, copy and paste it. You guys following, right? So before you hit next, now what happens is this guy's blood group is 192.168.1.1. I entered its brain and I'm saying from now onwards, your management IP is not this. You are 10.3.27.6 and I hit next. Will I lose connectivity or not? Because we are apply, I need to hit apply. Saving the configuration. Will I lose connectivity or not? You will, right? Because we are connected to this portal using this IP address, and we changed the IP address of the portal. So that portal is closed. If you have watched the sci-fi movies, you understand what I'm saying. So you entered the portal and changed its IP address. So that portal gets closed. So if you want to enter that portal, what you have to do? You use new IP address. So several students come to me saying that, sir, it's not functioning. It's keep on repeating. One student, poor guy, he was looking at it for 1 hour and it's never changed. I told those guys not to waste time here. It saved configuration. It's just that the portal is closed. So that's a honest mistake. He actually brought that back to me. He never closed the packet tracer. He traveled from Connecticut holding by saving charging, and he was showing that rotating screen. Now staging PC job is done. So I'm selecting the wire and I'm connecting the wire. So another mistake the students do is instead of disconnecting the wire, they delete the wireless LAN controller. They have to redo again. That's some of those simple mistakes. So a new wireless LAN controller is born and it has a new IP address. Okay. The IP address is 10.3.27.6. For your class, it's different. For your class, it's 10.25. Your roll number .6. So I have to connect to the switch. Okay. So I use this connection. Gigabit 1 switch. Ethernet next port available. So I log into the controller and I go to the config and I see management. Did it change or not? Some students come here and they change it manually. Don't do it. You're only changing IP address, not the SSID, not the other wireless LAN parameters. Okay. So how do I test it's working? I go to a PC, Ramu PC. Is Ramu from this class? No, right? I go to Ramu PC, ping 10.3.27.6. It takes time because it's new. It's newly introduced. The blood group is new. It will time out and then it will pick up. So you need to test it. I asked students, sir, my DHCP server not working, my W web server is not working. Did you do ping test from your web server to the gateway? You have to. So that's how I tested it. Now what I am trying to do is I need a lab, a lightweight access point. See, lab. Don't confuse between lightweight access point and laptop. So I brought in two. So these are DHCP hosts, guys. You don't program lab. So you need to connect these labs. Okay. These are wireless devices. You also don't connect wireless devices. So far we have to connect wires to get DHCP, right? So same applies to the lightweight access points. You need to connect LAP to the switch. So students connect to the wireless LAN controller and say my lab is not connecting. No, this lightweight access point you're looking at in your class, that guy is connected to a switch and your switch is connected to the wireless LAN controller. Okay, they are not directly connected to lightweight access to the controller. So LAP stands for lightweight access point. Write it down. LAP is lightweight access point. So these are DHCP hosts. So who gives them the DHCP IP address? Is it DHCP server or the wireless LAN controller? So look at here, before it gets DHCP IP, it needs to be connected to the wires. I saw that they are powered down. So it's not that you need to go to config and do no shut, okay? They're powered down because your power adapter is not connected. So you need to manually power them. So why do you think they made it hard way? We did not power up router, we did not power up switch. Why we are powering up lightweight access point? So lightweight access points are not self-powered, okay? They need external power adapter. They are self-powered when you are connecting to a PoE plus device, power over Ethernet plus device, which means that if you look at our wireless point next to the canvas, on the roof. It has connection, wire connection, right? Behind it, the blue wire. That blue wire also giving it 30 amps of power to it. 30 amps of power. If you are electrical engineers, you need to know what the power, how it is calculated. It gives amps, total watts. You need to convert the wattage, usage watts in total power. Amps is the current, watt is the power output. So whatever it is, this guy is powered on now, guys. Okay, it's DHCP. All right. So let's connect the next lightweight access, power up the next lightweight. Give it some time to get the IP address. It won't immediately get. See where I'm connecting. I connected it right here. Here in the power socket. Just like it looks just like your laptop power outlet. Okay. So they are powered up now. You guys see that they're both powered up. So what you need to make sure is whether they are getting DHCP address or not. Okay. So did this guy get the DHCP address? What do you see there? It says device model is lightweight access point PT. It got IP address through wire DHCP. Wire DHCP. And got IP address. It also says VVA Wi-Fi SSID. It also says VVA Wi-Fi SSID. You see that, right? It says VVA Wi-Fi SSID. See that? It says VVA Wi-Fi SSID. Did I configure it on the LAP? Did I configure the IP address? No, right? It derived the IP address from the DHCP server. The VVA Wi-Fi config, it derived from the wireless controller. So controller, the master, it threw the SSID and all the configuration into lightweight access point. So in the real corporate world, you will have 200 to thousands of access points. Riviera alone has around 50 access points. You cannot configure every access point. So you connect that access point into the switch, and wireless LAN controller will discover that access point. You guys following, right? So access point will discover the controller on its own by sending broadcast requests, just like how DHCP client discovers the DHCP. Do you guys remember DORA? We all discussed DORA in the class 2. So lightweight access point uses similar kind of exchange of IPs. So it sends a broadcast request asking, where is my controller? Where is my controller? And then once the controller receives that, where is my controller broadcast, it will say, I am the controller and I'm giving you all my configuration. So LAP will get all my configuration. Now we have laptops, wireless laptops. Do I need to connect this laptop, wireless laptops to wire? Let's save, guys. We did not save our file. We've been working for 40 minutes now. Save. If you're watching this recording, that means you are saved. You have to save. Okay. So these laptops are wireless. Did your wireless laptops connect to any wire? No, right? So how did you connect to Riviera SSID? You went to the laptop. You went to the desktop. Okay. And you go to the physical. You go to the config. So how do you configure? Is it first thing is you have to DHCP, okay? So someone read me, how do you configure the laptop? We need to go to the config. Okay. And then you need to apply the wireless. So where is wireless here? Why there is no wireless here? Can you guys tell me? This is a mistake I made. Why there is a wireless? Why there is no wireless? Go to the physical. Let me zoom in. Where is my wireless antenna? It's not there. So I selected wrong laptop, correct? So this will never work. So I will use this and delete this laptop. So I will again go to the laptop and I will select another laptop. Let me open the laptop and I will zoom in and I'll make sure there is a wireless antenna. Now I go to the config. Do I see wireless 0 now? Do I see that now? Okay. So during the wireless, okay. Did I configure the security while configuring the wireless LAN? I don't think I did. Maybe I did not, maybe I did. So all of you look at your type of, okay, so SSID is what? What is our SSID? I don't know, right? So I will go to my notepad. I'll just copy it. So this is where our Royal Tiger got into trouble. He don't remember his SSID because it's been 15 minutes. So security authentication. What is authentication? WPA2, wireless wire protected access to pre-shared key. Okay. Or WPA2 PSK. Okay. Pre-shared key. Remember, guys, this is authentication. So for authentication, wireless protected access pre-shared key. This is how we are encrypting our password. Go home and verify whether your wireless routers have WPA2 PSK as protected password. Why? Because a lot of, so real story. So 13 years ago, every modem you purchase from Best Buy and Walmart, they used to come with WEP authentication. Okay, WEP encryption. Why? Okay. So one of my roommate used to do is also network engineer. He never used to purchase the internet. Like he doesn't have router, modem, it's illegal. But what he used to do is he used to scan for SSIDs. WEP is decoded. Like you have decryption algorithms available on internet. If you give the SSID and that Wi-Fi signal, it will decrypt the SSID password for you because WEP is decrypted. It's no longer a secret. What I mean to say is that if you're using like old secure locker from 1950 bank locker used to use a certain key encryption, right? Like say it's a Godrej safe locker from 1950. Anyone can break that key because that model design, they designed a universal key. You guys following, right? So if you're constructing a new lock safe for your bank locker, will you use 1950 Godrej safe locker or the latest one? You have to use latest one. So my friend used to find whoever using the old encryption key and used to use their internet. It's a kind of hacking, but so that's why you need to use update your password every now and then. You guys following? And always make sure you use the alphanumericals, okay? So I'm using WPA key. It's very secure. So someone might be looking at your screen if you're using WEP. Chinese students, when they do this assignment, the laws are very easy for the China. Their task is to hack into someone's laptop in US. So the student's assignment will be like that. So they will hack into somebody's wireless router in US. They will look into your webcam and they have to provide the screenshot of that person. So the professor will look at, oh, this is like authentic Caucasian from North America, and he will grade it that this guy is able to hack into. So their assignments are very real. So it's illegal to do such kind of assignments in US because they are the laws, right? You can't hack into anybody's PC, any country. So that's why the cyber war, China have like upper hand because they're ruthless and they are illegal. You guys following, right? So they will be hacking into your webcam and all that live time. So make sure you use some kind of protection for your webcam. Following, use some kind of sticky and make sure what applications are using your webcam and always change your encryption to something advanced like this. It's following. So I changed Cisco 123, right? So this should be connecting to Revere Wi-Fi SSID now. So how do I know it's connected? I have to go to packet tracer. You see there is a wireless connection. So this guy should get a DHCP IP as well. So far we are getting DHCP IP through wired. Now it's wireless. Did it get a DHCP IP? What is the IP address you see? 17. It's from the DHCP pool. Did I assign manually? No, right? So let's go to the next wireless laptop. So you do the same thing. Is this wireless laptop? No. See, there is no wireless. Again, I selected wrong wireless laptop. So delete it. So you guys grab um, another wireless laptop. You can also grab a wireless tablet. Yes. So there is a wireless Apple phone too. It's a portable music player. So you can use this guy too. Same thing. I don't know. You can go here and use this. Okay, it will work. The SSID, it says home gateway and all that. It's not true. So you need to change that. Okay. Wireless attributes. You don't have to change. You need to change interface wireless DHCP. See, this is not home gateway, right? You need to change all that. You need to change this one. You need to put Cisco 123 and all that. We can configure wireless devices like this. You guys now know how to configure, right? There is a master. What is the master here? Wireless LAN controller. Okay. What's the next one? So who's the slave? Master is wireless LAN controller. Who is the slave? Lightweight access point. So the slave gets configuration from master. So what will slave use with that configuration? It will assign IP address to the wireless laptop. So your wireless laptops are connected to the extreme networks access point over there. So that is how we configure that access point. You now are a wireless network engineer now because you now know how to configure a master controller and a slave lightweight access point. You also understood that lightweight access points, we don't have to configure, they get configuration from controller after getting DHCP IP and after using that IP, saying where is my master and master response in terms of controller and kind of controller. And then the laptop, they connect as soon as you put SSID information in there. The only thing you need to understand is the signal can be 2.4 gigahertz or 6 gigahertz. It can be anything. You guys following? So what are the next topics we need to learn? TCP versus UDP ports, 7 layers of OSI, 3-way handshake, right? Let me take my pen. I will explain the 7 layers of OSI, okay? So how many layers are in 7 layers of OSI? 7. No, that's not, we are not talking about subnet masking. So we are talking about a 7-layer topology design. So this is called TCP IP OSI 7 layer. There are two models. So one is like very, precise. You don't have like 7 layers. But let us consider this as like 7 layer. So basically, I will explain you what's the design, like why we need 7 layers exactly. Okay. Let me write it down. So you see that the first layer is this layer is so physical layer. Okay. Yeah. So you guys know, some of you are already familiar with these layers. So physical layers is where we have cables. Okay. So these are layer 1. These are where we have cables. What are the cables we use so far? We used Cat5, Cat6, Cat7 cables, right? We used Cat5 cables. We used fiber. You guys did a whole discussion on fiber. And what cable did we use to stage the controller? Cross. Yeah, we use cross cable. You can also use console cable. Layer 2. So someone is telling what is the layer 2? Data link layer. Yeah. So you see, if you are from majority of you probably cover this in bachelor's, but I'm again covering it because this is a prerequisite course. Remember, everything is learned in this course. So nothing is, there is no prerequisite for this. This itself is a prerequisite. So data link layer is where you have MAC address. So everything communicates using MAC address. Okay. So this is layer 2. So example is switch. Layer 2 switch. You guys following? Layer 2 switch. So let's go to our design topology here. See, this is layer 2 switch, guys. So everything, so the only way it can identify the end device is if I do show MAC address, table, it only uses MAC address and interface. So it's like a postman has entered the switch, layer 2 switch. The postman has to deliver a message to a PC that is connected on the port 4x1. So RAMU PC1. How will the postman identify RAMU PC1 where he is? That post mail address should be having this MAC address. So he will use this MAC address and then he will ask the switch, where should I go? It will say, go to this port, Ethernet 4x1. You will find him. He's connected there. So this is called physical address. So that's how the layer 2 is. But remember, this is how the devices used to reach each other in 94, 92 before we used the internet. But now with the evolve of internet, we need IP address, right? So that is where you go to the layer 3. This is network layer. Okay, this is network layer. So what does network layer use? IP address. Okay, what are the examples? Which devices use IP address? Router. Routers, okay. Layer 3 switch also will use network layer. So let us see. Postman entered this guy. It's like a city. It's not like a small town. It's like an intercity. So you need to have both IP address and MAC address. So what should I do? Show IPR. You see that? What does he have? Both IP address and MAC address. So this is IP address, this is MAC address, and port address. You guys following, right? So when you have internet, you cannot use physical address to route because it's very difficult to find a destination using just MAC address. So you need additionally IP address. So you need additional layer in the network design. So layer 4, tell me what is that? Transport layer. So it is your homework. You need to tell me what is the significance of transport layer. Yeah, very good. Very good. So already someone did their homework. So this is where we use TCP and UDP. So this will take us to the next topic. TCP and UDP ports. Okay. So that's your assignment, right? I will give you the TCP UDP ports. Okay. So next layer, guys. Okay. Session layer. I have my own way of explaining this. Okay. So you all are hungry, okay? And you all live in a hostel. The hostel has 20 floors, let us say. The canteen can only accommodate 5 floors of people at one time. So all of them are hungry. Can all of the 10 floors accommodate, go to the canteen and have their meals? It cannot. So the canteen in charge will say only one session of 5 floors can have food. So 5 floors will come down and have the session and have eat it. And then they will acknowledge the next session. So at the end of the 2 sessions, all the 10 floors of data is transferred. So the session layer is the in charge of sessions. Okay. Why? You have 1 terabit of torrent to download. Your internet speed is 1 Mbps. So how many sessions of torrents of data it needs to send from the server to your laptop? A lot of sessions, right? So that session layer will make sure that the sessions are being. What happens if one session is lost? I don't know about current technology. I never used torrent in the last 10, 12 years. So back in my time, if one session is missed in between, I have to download from the beginning. You guys following, right? Now it's no longer the case. The technology has evolved in the last decade. If your internet connection gets, missing, the torrents softwares are so intelligent, the session will start again where it was disconnected the last minute, right? I don't know if you guys might be using. So that's the advantage of using that session. At old time, we used to watch it like this, like there should be no power cut. And we used to like wait, like after it's like 99 percentile, we used to have like power cut. We used to get the phone call. We used to tell friends like, do not give us a phone call. I am downloading a torrent. What happens sometimes if they call us, we are using the same DSL link, our session gets broke. What's the next, guys? Presentation layer. Okay. Application layer next. What's application? Yeah. So your torrent is downloaded and your video is opening. So you use your VLC player, right? Are you guys still using VLC player or something else? I don't know. So I used to use VLC player because it has all codecs free. So that is my application layer here. My browser is my application layer. Okay. My email, like my email. I used to use Firefox Thunderbird before Outlook. I don't know if Thunderbird is still in use. That is my application. Outlook is your application. Outlook is not your email service. I have Review email, Hotmail in my Outlook. That's an application layer. The presentation layer is like embedded. It's a little tricky to explain. You can do your homework. Now, guys, TCP and UDP, right? There are two different protocols. Everybody does assignment wrong because they use search engines. So that question in your assignment is written such a way that you get this answer wrong. And I gave a very detailed answer to one of my students. If anybody wants that detailed answer, I can relay to you. 99% of the people will get that answer wrong. Why? Because they use the internet search engine. So there is a assignment take-home question that asks you to identify the difference between TCP and UDP. So TCP is a connection-oriented protocol, okay? So it needs to maintain session. It needs to establish the three-way handshake. And you can ask me, what is the three-way handshake? I will explain that in a second. So basically, TCP is like both A and B. So if A is a client, if B is a server, or if A is a client, B is a client, or if A and B both are server, they need introduction. They need to know each other. Unless otherwise they don't know each other, they won't establish a business deal. You guys following, right? You guys following? So TCP, a socket connection or three-way handshake needs to happen. So in other words, so we are talking about again, TCP, difference between TCP and UDP, okay? So TCP, you need to have three-way handshake, okay? So basically, say you have a host A. So this guy is A. this is, let's consider this as a server, not a host, okay? So this guy is a server, and there is a host. So this guy is a host, and it can be a B. So this guy is trying to connect to a bank application on server. So when you connect to your bank, open your web page, let's say Bank of America, it will be HTTPS. You guys following, right? So HTTPS is a port 443. Again, guys, remember, you understand what HTTPS is, but computers, they use numbers. So computer will verify if port 443 is open. So the port 443 should be open on the server. Otherwise, this host cannot access the HTTPS application on the server. You guys following? So that is why the significance. TCP port numbers, okay? 443 is for HTTPS. I think 80 is for HTTP. I forgot. Okay, I think HTTP is 440. I think DNS or DHCP, I don't remember exactly, is 53. You need to look it up. So you need to write this down, like this is the port number and this is the service. So you cannot just go internet, and you can go search internet and post to, but memorize. Make sure you understand what is the port number is. So basically, if you have a firewall, if your internet modem at home is blocking port 443, you will never be able to access any website that requires HTTPS. YouTube, you have YouTube ads, right? They're very frustrating. And if you have like free applications like crackle.com, Crackle, how many have smart TVs at your apartment? You download Crackle, Tubi, and all those applications, okay? They're free movies. You don't have to pay for movies. But the problem is Crackle, Tubi, they have advertisements. So for one movie, if you're watching, they will showcase 15 minutes of advertisement. The advertisements are on different DNS server. Crackle, Tubi, these movie servers, they're on different applications. So what I did is in 2016, on my modem, on my wireless modem, I went to on the DNS settings on my wireless modem. I blocked all those AdSense. So I was able to watch Crackle, Tubi, and all that without any advertisements. YouTube advertisements also stopped. I used a different DNS server other than 8.8.8. I used the DNS server that blocks all the ads. So without paying YouTube premium, I was able to watch YouTube without any advertisement. So YouTube realized that there are network engineers who are doing that. So they changed the DNS host address of the ad servers to the same as video. So if I block that, it will block video too. There is no point, right? So yes, you guys understand what I'm saying, right? So on your desktop, if you're using laptop to watch YouTube, you can download Firefox and use Firefox block order. You can watch YouTube without advertisements. You're blocking DNS ID of, why? Because Chrome identifies your DNS ad blocker. But Firefox is not owned by YouTube, right? Chrome is owned by YouTube, Google. So download Firefox. So why I'm explaining all this is how you block certain ports. And you can, if you block the AdSense ports, you will not get any advertisements on internet. You can watch like premium subscriber services. Okay, so that is the signal. So B, host says hi, it will send a sync. So A says hi with sync and acknowledgement bits. So that is the second handshake. And then B says, okay, you sent me sync and acknowledge, I'm sending you back saying acknowledge. So this is three-way handshake: sync, acknowledge, and act. There's a very good explanation on the Microsoft website that will show you at protocol level. If you look at your TCP Ethernet frame, there are flags and sync bits on your TCP Ethernet frame, okay, flags, okay, sync flags, and you have acknowledgement it's all in the bits and it's all bits, guys. So go and look at the packet level. So when you're troubleshooting something, you need to fire up your Wireshark and sniff the traffic in between. It will show you your sync flag, sync acknowledge flag. So write this down. What does Wireshark do? Write it down in your notes. How to sniff a traffic. So you need to put it in your report. Packet sniffer. How to sniff acknowledge bits. How to sniff a flag. How to sniff TCP port in Wireshark. I use Wireshark to sniff traffic. So that way I can tell which port is blocked at packet level. Okay. So Wireshark sniffer. You need to research on it. Okay. So you need to under additional for your report, additional report, you need to present Wireshark sniffer. Download Wireshark. Okay. I might have it in my laptop. So this is what a Wireshark looks like. It's a protocol analyzer. I can now sniff my wireless traffic. So I'm connected to a wireless Ethernet interface card, right? Revere open. I can sniff Revere open and see if someone is trying, what kind of packets what kind of application I'm accessing, if my ports are open. So Wireshark is a protocol analyzer. I will show you. Let it open. So what is the other topics we have? So we covered 7 layers of OSI, 3-way handshake. Now, one thing we did not cover is UDP. So what is UDP? So UDP is you don't need 3-way handshake. It doesn't require acknowledgement. Okay. It is a connectionless protocol. So for example, I can see you all, right? I can say, so if I want to secretly pass a traffic or a message, say there is a gaffer sitting in the last bench, okay? I will say, gaffer, this is message for you only. I will walk to the gaffer, we will open a 3-way handshake, and we will establish a connection. None of you will listen to my conversation. But UDP is not like that. The lights are off. I need to tell gaffer that this is an important message, okay? I don't know where the gaffer is. Is gaffer sitting here on the corner or this corner? I will just shout, gaffer, this is your message. You need to pay me $100. So everybody knows it, right? I don't care who is listening. As long as everybody who understands English, they will interpret that message. It's a connectionless. UDP is like that. Now tell me, in which case you think we need UDP protocol? Think of a scenario in a network where you don't need acknowledgement. Wireless. You guys following, right? So wireless, all of your laptops are wireless. All of you are receiving Revere ID SSID on you before connecting. And that's how you connected it. So wireless is like connectionless protocol. So over the wireless, once the session is established, you will have TCP application. That's the deeper part of the story. Students come to me and argue, your answer says so-and-so, but I think my internet answer search result says. One guy even took the screenshot of the internet search results and provided me, is internet wrong or you are wrong? I told him that the internet is right, but you are not knowledgeable enough to understand the complete summary there. The internet provides you the summary, but it doesn't tell you what conditions that summary is true. You guys following, right? We are learning these topics at fundamental level, not at application level, remember. So UDP is connectionless protocol, but the servers have a inbuilt mechanism at operating system level where they will make UDP work like a TCP. So EDP is like 8 bits long, guys, okay? TCP is like 12 bits long. You guys look it up, how long it is. Now I will ask it, if you can make a 3-way handshake and connection-oriented protocols at 8 bits, why do you need TCP? Let us decommission TCP. What I'm saying is that if you can get a job done for $8, why need a product that is $12? You guys need to understand. That's the question I asked for the student. So should we decommission TCP, stop using it? If it works as a connection-oriented, no. So UDP is a connectionless. TCP is a connection-oriented. Remember that. Okay. So that concludes all our topics for the assignment 3. Do not copy paste. Go through this recording and then do this So I forgot to show you Wireshark, right? It's still at 100%, guys. So I don't know why it's not loading. So this is how the Wireshark packet captures looks like. I wanted to show this on my one, but okay. So this is how it do the sync. See it has ACK, sync, sync. What is this? This is a TCP three-way handshake. You guys following? So I will make sure if certain application is not working right, I will ask what is the IP address of that application and make sure that the handshake is happening. Sometimes server will deny it because the port is blocked. Here it's HTTP. See, HTTP port number is what? 80. So if this is not working, if it's red here, I will say firewall is blocking port 80. You need to open it. See, client is sending, hey, I am sending 100 people to dine. Okay. My sequence number is 100. It will say, okay, I understood. I'm sending a new message using new sequence number, acknowledgement. So this is how TCP handshake works. So all you need to understand is sync, ACK. These are the flags that TCP protocols works, okay? The students, during the exam, they will Google answers and copy paste into the canvas. Don't do that. All you need to do is sync, ACK. Those are the three things you need to understand. I wanted to show you in the Wireshark, but it's not opening. So that concludes our class today. And I will stop recording. Okay, stop share. Stop recording. Wait. Stop recording. Are you sure you want to stop recording to the cloud? If yes, you will receive an email.